Hey Bougie click. Welcome to today's video, where I delve into a critical and complex topic, dating and domestic abuse, through the lens of the high-profile relationship between Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. Join us as we explore the implications of standing by a partner with a history of domestic violence, the challenges of navigating public scrutiny, and the broader societal impact. This case study not only highlights the personal and professional fallout but also underscores the vital importance of safety, accountability, and self-worth in relationships. Whether you're familiar with the story or hearing it for the first time, this discussion aims to shed light on the often overlooked aspects of domestic abuse and the difficult choices it presents. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.
I'ma make you a fan.
Unpacking Dating and Domestic Abuse, a Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors case study. Dating someone with a history of domestic abuse is not just a personal choice, it's a decision that can have profound implications for safety, emotional well-being, and societal norms. While people can change, patterns of abusive behavior often run deep, requiring significant intervention and accountability to address. Ignoring or excusing such histories can perpetuate cycles of harm and normalize dangerous behavior. Case study: Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. The relationship between actress Meagan Good and actor Jonathan Majors has sparked widespread discussion. Majors, a celebrated actor, faced legal troubles after being convicted of domestic violence against his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Despite this, Good chose to stand by him even as she faced professional and personal fallout. Their relationship highlights the complexities of love, loyalty, and public scrutiny. Majors' conviction included a requirement to complete a year-long domestic violence intervention program. While he expressed gratitude for Good's support, critics argue that her decision to align with him sends a problematic message about accountability and the consequences of abusive behavior. A timeline of their relationship. Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors began dating in May 2023, shortly after Majors faced allegations of domestic abuse. Their relationship reportedly blossomed during a challenging time for Majors, as he was navigating legal battles and public scrutiny. By November 2024, the couple announced their engagement, and they tied the knot in March 2025. Good has been a supportive figure in Majors' life, standing by him during his court appearances and legal proceedings. Their relationship has been described as one of mutual care and affection, with insiders noting their strong connection. The domestic abuse case: Grace Jabari's allegations. Jonathan Majors' legal troubles began in March 2023 when he was accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, during an altercation in a New York taxi. According to court documents, Jabari alleged that Majors struck her in the face, causing pain and a laceration behind her ear. The incident led to charges of assault and harassment. During the trial, additional allegations surfaced, painting a picture of a tumultuous relationship. Jabari claimed that Majors had a history of aggressive behavior, including incidents where he allegedly choked her and slammed her against a car. Majors denied these allegations, maintaining that he was not the aggressor. In December 2023, Majors was found guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment. He was sentenced to a one-year domestic violence intervention program, which he completed as part of his probation. The public's reaction and the couple's future. The relationship between Good and Majors has sparked mixed reactions. While some admire Good's loyalty and support, others question the implications of her association with someone who has faced serious allegations. The couple has remained private about their personal lives, focusing on their future together despite the controversies. The formative journey of Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors' upbringing was marked by challenges and formative experiences that shaped his perspective and career. Born on September 7, 1989, in Lompoc, California, Majors spent his early years on the Vandenberg military base, where his father was stationed as a member of the Air Force. His family later relocated to Texas, where Majors faced financial struggles and instability during his childhood. Major's father disappeared from his life when he was 8 years old, leaving a void that deeply impacted him. After 17 years, his father resurfaced, but the absence during Major's formative years left lasting emotional scars. Despite these challenges, Majors found solace in acting and storytelling, which became his passion and eventual career path. He attended Duncanville High School in Texas, where he developed an interest in theater and acting. Majors pursued formal training in acting, earning a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree from the University of North Carolina School of the Arts and later a Master of Fine Arts degree from the Yale School of Drama. His education provided him with the tools to channel his experiences into powerful performances, showcasing his emotional depth and versatility as an actor. Majors has also spoke openly about confronting childhood trauma, including experiences of sexual abuse by both men and women starting at the age of 9. He has credited therapy and self-reflection for helping him process these experiences and understand their impact on his relationships and behavior. The lasting impact of childhood trauma. Trauma doesn't fade with time. Men who were abused as children often carry feelings of shame, fear, and inadequacy into adulthood. These unresolved emotions can manifest as anger, distrust, or emotional instability, which can strain or even destroy intimate relationships. Moreover, children who grow up in abusive environments may internalize the idea that violence is a valid way to express power or resolve conflict, creating a toxic blueprint for their adult behavior. Abuse as a coping mechanism. Unaddressed trauma often leads to difficulties with emotional regulation. Men who were taught to suppress their feelings as children may struggle to express vulnerability, turning instead to aggression as a coping mechanism. This aggression can escalate into abusive behavior, particularly in intimate relationships. Additionally, feelings of inadequacy or fear of abandonment may drive controlling or manipulative behaviors, further perpetuating the cycle of harm. The role of gender expectations. Societal expectations of masculinity exacerbate the problem. Men are often conditioned to suppress their emotions and project strength, leaving little room for vulnerability or seeking help. This stoic facade can prevent them from acknowledging their trauma or seeking therapy, allowing their unresolved pain to fester. The result? Many men channel their emotions into aggression because it's one of the few socially acceptable outlets available to them. The domino effect on relationships. For men carrying the weight of childhood trauma, adult relationships often become battlegrounds. They may struggle with trust, fearing that their partner will hurt or betray them as their abuser did. This mistrust can manifest as jealousy, possessiveness, or even paranoia, straining relationships and pushing partners away. On the flip side, some may unconsciously seek partners who replicate the dynamics they experienced as children, choosing abusive or toxic relationships because it feels familiar. This isn't a conscious choice but rather a reflection of their internalized understanding of love and connection. The risks of overlooking red flags. Safety concerns. A history of abuse is a significant red flag. Studies show that past behavior is one of the strongest predictors of future actions. Women who enter relationships with individuals who have a history of abuse may face heightened risks of harm. Emotional toll. Supporting a partner with a history of abuse can be emotionally draining. It often involves navigating guilt, societal judgment, and the fear of potential recurrence. Societal impact. Public figures like Good Majors influences societal perceptions. When abusive behavior is overlooked or minimized, it can perpetuate harmful norms and discourage survivors from speaking out. Accountability and change, a complex path. While people can change, true accountability requires more than words. It involves consistent actions, therapy, and a commitment to addressing underlying issues. Partners must critically evaluate whether they are enabling harmful behavior or supporting genuine growth. The red flags, not just red, but blazing alarms. A history of domestic abuse is not an isolated flaw or a mistake, it's a critical behavioral issue that often reflects deep-rooted problems. Abuse is about power and control, and breaking free from this mindset requires extensive professional intervention. Without it, the individual remains a potential danger. Believing that someone will change purely out of love or goodwill is not only wishful thinking but also exposes you to significant risks. It's like ignoring the smoke from a fire alarm, hoping there isn't an actual fire. It's reckless. The cycle of abuse, why it's so hard to escape. The cycle of abuse, tension building, an explosive incident, and the deceptive honeymoon phase functions like a trap. During the honeymoon phase, abusers often promise change, shower their partners with affection, and make grand gestures to win back trust. This temporary shift can make it easy to doubt the seriousness of the abuse. But it's a textbook pattern, and without real, sustained change on their part, think therapy and accountability, you're likely to find yourself right back at square one, hurt and betrayed again. Safety, the fundamental right you should never compromise. Dating someone with a violent history puts you in harm's way, period. Domestic abuse doesn't just inflict physical harm, it can also leave deep emotional scars, including anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Even if an abuser doesn't harm you physically, psychological abuse can still leave you questioning your worth and destroying your self-esteem. This isn't a risk worth taking, especially when there are partners out there who will treat you with respect and care. The ripple effect, abuse's reach extends beyond you. It's important to remember that the effects of domestic abuse don't stop with the victim, they spread to everyone around them. Friends and family often experience helplessness, guilt, and frustration watching someone they care about endure mistreatment. Worse, if children are involved, they become innocent bystanders, or even direct victims, of the abuse. Kids raised in abusive environments are more likely to experience developmental problems and are at a higher risk of perpetuating or becoming victims of abuse in their own relationships later. Self-worth, respecting yourself enough to walk away. Your self-respect and self-worth are invaluable. Staying with or even considering dating someone with a history of domestic abuse sends a dangerous message that you are willing to overlook behavior that is blatantly harmful. This lowers the bar for what you accept in a relationship. You deserve a partner who truly values you, honors your boundaries, and brings peace, not stress, into your life. Anything less is beneath you. The "but he's changed" fallacy. Here's the thing about change, it's not guaranteed, and it's not immediate. True transformation requires sustained effort, accountability, and external help, like therapy. Even then, it's a long road that doesn't always end in success. Without clear evidence of such change, and we're talking years of consistent, healthy behavior, the likelihood of reoffending remains alarmingly high. Hope alone isn't enough, it's essential to protect yourself first. Patterns don't disappear overnight. When someone has a history of domestic abuse, it's critical to understand that abusive behavior isn't just a series of isolated incidents. It stems from deeply ingrained attitudes and emotional issues, such as an inflated sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, or poor anger management. While people are capable of change, the process is long and often requires extensive professional therapy, self-awareness, and accountability. Many individuals with abusive histories attempt to convince new partners that their past is behind them. They might promise, "I'm not that person anymore," or "you bring out the best in me." As flattering as that may sound, genuine change is evident in consistent actions, not just words. It's a hard truth, but rehabilitation from abusive tendencies is often the exception, not the rule, especially without verifiable effort and time. Emotional manipulation, the hidden snare. Abusers often employ emotional manipulation to maintain control over their partners. This manipulation can be subtle, making it difficult to recognize until you're deeply entrenched in the relationship. They might play the victim of their past behaviors, saying things like, "I only acted that way because of my ex." This not only redirects blame but also creates a narrative where you feel responsible for healing or saving them. Over time, this dynamic can lead to a toxic erosion of your confidence and independence. You may begin to doubt yourself, your instincts, and your worth. This is why emotional abuse, often a precursor to or coexisting with physical abuse, is just as damaging. It doesn't leave visible scars, but the psychological wounds can linger for years. Physical safety, the stark reality. Statistics paint a grim picture. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, NCADV, individuals who exhibit abusive behaviors are often repeat offenders. Re-entering a relationship with someone who has abused a previous partner is not just a risk, it's a high-stakes gamble where the consequences could be devastating. Even if the physical abuse doesn't manifest immediately, many abusers escalate over time. It might start with subtle acts of control or intimidation, such as monitoring your whereabouts or dictating who you can talk to. These acts often progress if left unchecked, leading to a situation where you could be in physical danger. Isolation, losing your safety net. One of the most insidious tactics abusers use is isolation. By cutting you off from your family and friends, they ensure that you rely solely on them for emotional and practical support. This isolation isn't just a side effect, it's a calculated move to strip you of the resources that could help you escape their grip. Think about it, how many healthy relationships result in you losing touch with your loved ones? If a partner pressures you to choose them over your support system, it's not love, it's control. And the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to rebuild those lost connections. The invisible scars, psychological and emotional toll. Beyond the immediate danger, the long-term consequences of being in an abusive relationship can be profound. Survivors often carry the weight of their experiences into future relationships, struggling with trust, intimacy, and even their own self-worth. Conditions like anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, are common among survivors. It's important to recognize that these effects aren't a reflection of your character but a natural response to trauma. Healing is possible, but it takes time, effort, and often professional support. Why you deserve better. At the end of the day, dating someone with a history of domestic abuse is a choice that puts your emotional, mental, and physical well-being at risk. You are not responsible for fixing someone else's issues, especially when those issues have the potential to harm you. You deserve love that feels safe, nurturing, and empowering, not love that comes with conditions, fear, and control. Conclusion: prioritizing safety and self-worth. Women deserve relationships built on respect, trust, and safety. While forgiveness and second chances are important, they should never come at the expense of personal well-being or societal progress. The case of Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors serves as a reminder of the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing self-worth. Life is too short and precious to waste on relationships that compromise your safety, dignity, or happiness. While everyone deserves love, not everyone is safe to love. It's okay to set boundaries and prioritize yourself. A healthy relationship should feel like a partnership, not a battlefield. Always remember, love should build you up, not tear you down. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into the complex issues surrounding dating and domestic abuse, as highlighted by the case of Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors. It's important to remember that everyone's journey is unique, and while forgiveness and growth are possible, they require genuine effort and accountability. If you enjoyed this discussion or found it insightful, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Share your thoughts in the comments below, let's keep the conversation going. And remember, prioritize your safety and self-worth in all your relationships. Until next time, take care and stay informed. What do you think? Is it smart to date someone with a history of domestic abuse? Let me know in the comments section. Stay bougie. Follow and support me. All links in bio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check description for more info. New episodes every day.